Thanks, God.
You're welcome.
Fuck you, God.
It was very good. Hello. Welcome back. Oh, there we go. I'm not even going to say it. Just going to read this first.
Jesus Christ.
That's really good, Mike.
That's another excellent one, dude.
I haven't read it yet. Wait.
Will it pop up for you, even though you didn't have the app open?
We'll see.
I'm going to read it. It's really funny. Twitch should ban the term live streaming. It's offensive to dead people. My great-grandparents are dead, and I would like to show them some respect and have Twitch ban the term live streaming. It's a slur used against dead people. Thanks, Mike.
So if you point a camera at a dead person, is it dead streaming?
Ooh.
Damn, dude.
I think it is.
It's quantum shit.
It's quantum.
If so, we've been dead inside streaming for
Right? The whole time. I've been dead the whole time.
Oh no, they're on to me.
Now that TJ's peeing, we're going to go around the room real quick
Yep.
and read the recap.
I'm DJ to play part 2.
Hi, I'm Glenn. Always. Tonight I'll be playing Damon. He was a sleepy boy last week.
He was asleep last week?
That's where we ended.
Yeah, you guys were talking to the band.
went to
I went to bed.
Preparing
I
to
was
go to
thinking
bed.
of like the grand scheme of the whole episode. I'm like, there was a car chase. When were you sleeping?
At the wheel.
You're asleep at the wheel.
He got shot in the chest and then just fainted.
Look at that.
I'm Sarah. I play. Oh, I almost said Dandelion. That's not right. I play Genevieve.
It's because you're back in the middle.
Yeah,
of
I
the
know.
I do it all the time, and I'm just like, we're back for the city of Oshwamp.
Shit. No, we're not.
And I shouldn't be up here. And why am I in a cowboy hat?
I got it again. I play Genevieve.
And I play Dandelion.
It's so funny because I'm playing a paladin this time.
True, right? That's the paladin chair.
Paladin
It swaps from over there to over there. Yeah, I'm John, and now that we know my name, I play Dawn. That's DJ, and he plays Mark too. He's P.
That's DJ.
DJ.
He's a druid now. He's wild shaped.
Yeah.
DJ Bug.
Yeah.
And that's Savannah, and she plays Dusk.
Yep.
Dusk.
True. She's got a good hat. Dusk.
I'm Chell. I'm fresh out of the bath, and I play Andy. Andy.
I play
Yeah.
Andy.
The
I
Andy.
play the bathtub.
All right.
All right.
So many jokes I'm not going to go through.
Don, you remember that time I used a bathtub for a zone of truth spell? That feels real honest.
Feels
That's
real honest.
polymorph. Turn into bathtub. Oh, Baron.
Water's warm.
Get on in, girl.
Ew, pervert.
Andy could never. Andy would just panic. At
She
the
would be
thought.
all bubbles.
I was gonna say,
Why is the water shaking?
can a bathtub sweat? She'd find a way.
And I'm Don. I'll be playing everybody else, including Pierre Zuspaider. And Functional Jugs. You haven't met him yet,
Zuspaider,
but
yeah.
he's around.
You said you will be, so he's appearing in this episode. It's not-
Maybe.
No,
It's possible.
no, you can't go. He?
Last week, a smaller trail burner containing 2 smaller fairy folk and a strange-looking multi-limbed creature soars through the air from atop a sand dune. As it does, one of the fairy folk leaps from the burner, snapping her fingers, vanishing in a puff of pastel-colored smoke. One of the burners, driven by Richard's men, rushes towards them from the pack, and in an instant, the vanishing fairy folk appears at the driver's throat, cutting it with a dagger. Driver goes limp, trail burner jerks wildly and flips, catapulting the fairy back into the air, vanishing again, appearing back in their own trail burner as it slams into the ground. Handbrake turning right up to the party's own burner, accelerating rapidly to keep up. The driver, the other fairy, says, "Ah, what a shame, the burner did not blow up." The one who had reappeared says, "How disappointing." The other burner then explodes in a ball of flame. The party immediately points all of their guns at the 2 of them, including Damon, who is driving. Damon and Jen recognize them as twin renowned bounty hunters. The pair say, "The Fox sent us." And after a quick back and forth, they determine that Ulysses sent them and that they're here to help Jen.
The fucks?
The Fox?
Hey, folks.
They both accelerate towards the oncoming burners. The male fairy locks the car driving forward with a lever, floats upward into the sky, and sends a flaming ball of electricity towards the three oncoming drivers. The two outside ones swerve. The middle one takes the blast head on, exploding upward, driver limp, drifting wildly. The female fairy then follows up by floating into the air, snapping her fingers nonchalantly before teleporting and reappearing, glaring at the drivers of the four chasing burners. Two of them immediately pull their handbrakes. The rest of the party fires on the oncoming burners. Damon attempts a recoil shot off of a rock, but buried his shot in the sand. Andy fires her weapon, striking one of the drivers, as does Jen. Mark II prepares to leap to one of them as they pass, throwing spark dust into the engine for a burst of speed. They take fire from the burners behind as one of the burner passengers flips under their burner to fix the engine. As the cars move towards each other, Damon steers it towards the left corner of one of the oncoming burners, and Mark II leaps onto it. He throws the driver from the car, slamming the handbrake, cutting the car into the middle driverless car, sending it careening into the third car, and the two go flying wildly.
Immovable car.
Immovable car. Jen continues firing on the oncoming burners, aiming for the driver, taking multiple shots from riflemen behind, with Andy firing and healing Jen as Damon ricochets a shotgun shell up into one of the burners, sending steam and shrapnel into the face of the driver, disabling the burner. The fight continues. The party and their new guests take out the burners, ending with Mark II throwing 2 full bags of spark dust into the engine of one, slamming on the brakes and then leaping back onto their burner. The middle burner stops in its tracks and explodes in a ball of flame as the last oncoming burner slams into it, running over a passenger that had leaped off and exploding itself. Party and their new guests join outside of the crate with Richard's small compound, and the two fairies introduce themselves as Dusk and Dawn and their companion, Pierre the Spider, their cameraman and handler. They're here on behalf of Ulysses to help Jen find a horseman or something, which they eventually figure out is Andrew. Mark II informs them that Ulysses died protecting Jen, and they are not surprised, as it happens in this line of work. They indicate that they had met Ulysses at the Ballad and Blossom in Clarelux.
Me?
Yes.
These are my mad notes.
These are very normal notes.
You don't have mad
in
notes?
red, blood red pen.
A terrifying, ominous red pen where you're just assembling all the letters so far within sentences in the
It says,
campaign?
oh, God.
Are you writing in crayon?
No. I'm writing in dawn-colored ink.
What is it? Never mind.
I like the note that says auga.
That was the one that says,
Transportation, comma, a hag.
yes.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
working something out here.
Damon searches the drivers, finds no sign of zest but a fake document for the shipment, and Dusk and Dawn find a bounty and remove the man's head to take with them. The rest of the party searches the shipping crate and finds 6 barrels of zest, several boxes of magic items, which they load onto the burners and lead back to the Baron. Pierre calls and makes contact to get them in the secret tunnel outside of Beacon's End, and they make their way to the Baron's compound. The Baron indicates that she knows Dusk and Dawn, having contracted them before for other jobs, and that she trusts them despite Damon's concern with their loud personalities. The party requests a meeting with Bongo and then Richard at the Grinning House after. They clean up and prepare to rest, sitting down for a drink in the Baron's chambers. That is where we will pick up this week. I will give anybody a chance. If you were going to talk to the Baron about anything before bed, we can do so now. If not, you have gone to sleep, and then a thing will occur. But that is up to you, since we left it a little bit ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
I don't have anything to say to her.
All right.
I'm sleepy.
Nothing coherent.
Homina.
All right. In that case, if everyone but Damon could please leave the room.
Oh, no.
You've
Good
leveled
night.
up, motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Why?
And I love that you flipped 2 coins and got 1 heads and 1 tails, so you are no closer to figuring out which side of the coin corresponds to which class.
I know.
Or which of the figures.
I thought the same
or
thing.
which of the figures in your dream.
Yep. It was 1 coin twice, Don.
Yep. That'll be.
Does Bug have to leave the room as well?
She
She
knows
can
too
stay.
much already.
She probably won't like being in here alone.
Or she won't be in here long. You don't want to.
Well, that's true.
And the voices in Glenn's head.
Yeah.
That's true.
Have fun with the voices.
Have fun with
Folks, the voice.
voices.
Look. Folks, your patron.
So this is an above table thing? Nothing that's said in here you get to repeat.
That's all.
She's going with you.
Okay.
Hey.
Sup?
So what's Damon's nighttime routine this time? Because the last time you were taking some drugs and having a drink, but we're not doing that this time.
No, I assume that like the Baron is like one of the. She's got like these bougie lodging spaces where it's like, okay, there's like a bar cart in here. There's all these like things to get changed and like, all right, cool. You can get cleaned up. There's pajamas and whatnot around. I'm not going to indulge in any of that.
Yeah, there is a full bath in each one of these rooms as well, separately from the private bath that she opened up.
Yeah, that's the spa though.
That's the spa. Yeah, there's a private bath. There's custom, there's pajamas. There's robes of all different sizes. There's, extra like little things to eat and drink.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything you could want.
Damon would probably like snack a little bit, and then pour himself a big glass of something to drink, and then probably head over to the bathtub, get changed, take a bath for a minute, just get cleaned up because I was covered in like oil and soot and stuff from the junkyard. Probably clean his clothes too in some fashion or another. Just clean the dust and the sweat off of things and hang them up to dry. And gets changed, and he would probably just be wearing like his pants. And finish his glass before bed, maybe have a smoke, and then lay in bed and drift off.
So while Damon is in the bath, you find yourself in
He's doing the old-fashioned cowboy thing in the tub.
100%.
With the hat, smoking, and he's got a glass in hand.
Yes, absolutely. This is a beautiful stone-cut tub. Like, obviously not cut out of the stone of the cave, but you can tell that there are pieces of the cave. However, this house had been dug out of the earth.
Does it have DF carved into it?
Yes, it does.
It's a Dane Firehand original?
Yeah. It is a Dane Firehand original. Yes, it absolutely does. 100%. Yes.
There's this really cool ice dragon cut into it.
Yeah. That's where the water comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an ornate brass statue.
It says made in Alglatha.
Yeah.
The Baron's very well connected.
Yeah. It does genuinely say a Dane Firehand original. It doesn't say made in Alglatha, but there is a dragon with water coming out, almost sending a cascade of bubbles like a waterfall across the surface of the water. And Damon sets himself in this literally bathwater warm, almost like sensory deprivation thickness a little bit to the water. There's some viscosity as there is a little bit of almost like salty grittiness to the water, as if it is like something to alleviate anything that you have on your skin. Relaxant, not just regular water. And you light your...
I imagine my gunshot wounds are starting to heal.
They're starting to heal up a little bit.
Okay.
Cigar, pipe? What's Damon's choice of...
Probably
fancy?
it'd be like a rolled cigarette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pull out your hand-rolled cigarette and flick the lighter. Hat over your eyes. And you, despite trying to not, because I would imagine that the aspect of sleep to Damon is a little bit of a difficult prospect given all of these visions that he sees, that it's not as if you don't want to sleep, but you almost feel yourself needing to be on guard whilst you're alone. The trickling of this water spilling into the tub, sending this rippling of bubbles across the surface. You feel yourself slowly slipping until the back of your neck is just at the base of the water. You take a long, deep drag of your cigarette, and you blow this smoke out. And you pull your hat off to put it to the side for a moment, and you open your eyes. And you see in the smoke above you 2 figures. Can you roll a D100 for me, please?
$22.
Okay. You see this figure that you had seen chained in the bottom of the lake. It is as if more smoke than is possible is pouring out of you as you exhale. It just keeps coming, filling the space, almost pulling itself from your lungs, and you're not out of breath. You're just kind of surprised at how long you were exhaling. And this figure of this woman shrouded in blue light with long silver hair reflecting off of these blue crystalline fragments that appear in the smoke. She reaches a hand out towards you, a finger, and just points. Her irisless eyes looking right through you. And she goes to speak, and just a puff of smoke comes out of her mouth, and you see her grasp at her throat and try to speak again, and another puff of smoke billows out of her mouth towards you. And she reaches a hand towards you, and you feel a hand on your shoulder as she grips your shoulder, almost gingerly, begging you for something. And she stares deep into your eyes, and with her other hand just grasps at her throat again. And you see a chain of light, almost like fragments of wires heading in a direction, some splitting off and coming back, like almost a structure of veins, like a circuit board.
Like neurons.
Yeah, like neurons in a circuit board slowly drift through the air towards you. And in another puff of smoke, that masked, armored figure slams his sword in front of this crystalline structure that spiders its way towards you through the air. And the wires hit the edge of this sword and begin twisting around it like tree roots, climbing down the base of the sword, trying to get back as light radiates from the sword, almost like a shield blocking them from proceeding forward. And you see them almost like cracks on a pane of glass, climbing down the structure of this sword, trying to get by. And the figure puts a hand on her shoulder and just pulls her backwards away from you, and this light dissipates.
As the light would be kind of tracing down and he begins to pull her back, I guess my response would be to grab the handle of the sword.
Yeah. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah. More than happy to take any repercussions that may come from that.
No, it's not that. It's just what Damon would perceive from doing this and what you would hear. Not a repercussion, just... I have to think about what Damon would see from touching this sword.
Okay. Because it's like, the way I see it in my head is that I'd be grabbing the... Because if he's slamming the sword down,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like a two-handed...
Yeah, it's like a big...
It's a great sword.
Yes, yeah.
So he'd slam it down with one hand, and I would grab the free spot of the handle underneath of it. Mm-hmm. And as the light and everything's tracing around, it would be contact with both things. Is like kind of how I'm seeing it. And it's like, and then the light would maybe change as it, like, because it looks one way coming from her, then change as it contacts the blade, and then change onto me.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. So the light doesn't make it past whatever this force field seems to be, but you wrap your hands around the hilt of this sword, and the light tries to reach up to you, climbing, spidering towards your fingers. As you contact this blade, the handle of this sword, your vision goes black for a second in a rapid puff of smoke. And you feel yourself again in the warmth, this thick, almost salty, viscous, oily liquid. And you open your eyes again and you see that same pane of glass in front of you, that almost test tube experience that you had in one of your other visions with the strange writing that you did not recognize. And your eyes focus in on this backwards writing in this language you don't know. But at the top of this, you see it start to shift into common. The letters each rapidly twisting in their patterns and forming regular letters. And you would recognize this anywhere, front or back. You see written Damon on the glass, your name. And as your eyes kind of focus again, you see a masked figure, a robot, a warforged that you have not seen, with glowing irises that almost shift between a deep purple hue and red in a pattern, shifting back and forth, come out of the fog of the room that this thing is sitting in, and just press its face to the glass, tilting its head. And it pulls back.
I think it'd be at that point that I would begin screaming and trying to punch my way through the glass, I guess.
Yeah.
Like trying to fight my way out.
Yeah. You sit here and you, in your mind, try to move your arms to punch and try to scream. But nothing happens in whatever you're seeing, and whatever this place is. No bubbles appear in the water from sound coming from your mouth. There's no movement of your limbs. It's as if you are locked in to whatever this is, locked into whatever Damon this is. And the masked face pulls back from the glass, and in another puff of smoke, this vision fades from your view again. And you hear a higher-pitched female voice as the light contacts the tip of your fingers. In a whisper, reverberating through this space. The lake, the lake, the lake, the lake, the lake, the lake. And the light dissipates as the figure pushes your hand off of this, unwrapping your fingers as you feel your arm splash down into the water against you, and it pulls the sword out and looks towards you. Serve and protect. And you wake up suddenly because you've burnt your fingers on the end of your cigarette. The room is not filled with a ridiculous amount of smoke. You are sitting in the bath, your hat to your side where you left it. Or rather, your hat still on your head, having not been removed.
If you would allow it, just because I feel like it would be cool visuals-wise.
Yeah.
In my mind, like in Damon's mind, he's still screaming and fighting.
Yeah.
Even if he's like, he can't move, every aspect of his being is fighting to be heard, be seen, be active, be a part of this in some fashion.
Yeah.
Like even ever since he was like in the pod.
Yeah.
And if you would allow it, I just think it would be really cool that in his head, him screaming and fighting and like anything that he can, even if he's completely limp and nothing is actually happening, he kind of summons and charges this, essentially the same thing as his Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
And as that cigarette burn touches his fingers and begins to snap him awake, it would be really cool if it just like all reverberated out and shatters the bathtub. Just in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you like that.
I think that is exactly what happens.
Okay.
I think in your mind, as this cigarette touches your fingers and this figure begins to turn, you see a burst of energy erupt from your arms, heading towards this figure. And you are awoken by the burn of the cigarette. And you find yourself falling as the wall of the tub explodes outward, sending you and water sideways out of the tub, filling the space. And you find yourself awakened on the bathroom floor, having shattered the tub.
Okay. Just because I feel like that's going to be a very interesting thing to have to talk to the Baron about.
Yeah.
You destroyed my Dane Virehand. Wow.
Yeah.
Shit. He's 100% shaken.
Yeah.
I guess it's going to take some time to collect himself, but he would take the time to collect himself and stand up and in this like heightened emotional state that he's in, Damon already doesn't very much care for the wellness of himself in general.
Yeah.
But in this heightened emotional state, not even caring that he's walking across broken chunks of like quartz crystal or whatever it is that makes up the tub. Just like paces around and like lights another like rolled cigarette and like pours himself another glass and just sort of like kind of just pacing.
Yeah.
And like traces of bloody footprints kind of starting to appear here and there, and then eventually, because it's interesting because I'm also thinking that the water is like has a healing property to it too, so it's like it would like start to close the wound and then the wound would open back up again, and then it's like And it just eventually, like, he would take the moment to just, like, sit down in a chair, like, put his pants back on, sit down in a chair, and just, like, try to suss out what had happened. But also, having gone through everything that he's gone through today, that's when he would just kind of conk out and drift off after an amount of time. Just basically exhaust himself into a chair.
Absolutely. Cool. Can you send in DJ?
Yes, I'm going to have a really good time explaining that to the Baron. Thank you, Don.
Of course. Thank you. We're having a wonderful time here. Hey,
Hello. Why just me?
things happen at
I
night.
suppose. Dog, I'm not even asleep.
Yeah, because Warforged don't sleep. You just kind of tune out for a bit in literally sleep mode, like a computer, but not literally sleeping.
Like a human, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think Mark II's like nighttime routine is, as he has kind of observed other people and figured out what it means to be alive, per his own statement of, you know, I don't have any reason to believe that I won't someday die. What do you think, as Mark II is discovering what it means to be sentient, how do you think that has tweaked the routine that he has for himself when he goes to sleep?
I think, and I don't think we had established this previously, so establishing it now works. I think that might be the moment when Mark II first, like, really shook off the chains and kind of became, you know, decided he had free will.
Yeah.
Was, you know, in a moment of rest like that.
Yeah, because like
Looking
you
over-
physically saw the chains break during a fight, but I don't think that you would have at that moment fully understood what that meant. So I think in a moment of peace like this, I think is a good thing for Mark II to have realized at that moment, like, oh,
Right, like,
Yeah.
in that moment of calm and respite, he realized that he was in control of
yeah,
what came after that
Yeah.
moment of rest. I think to that end, he, while not, you know, sleeping, not resting like a human would, I do think he would, kind of comparable to elves, would meditate more. Or not elves. Elves have
Yeah.
to rest, but there's one of them has
there's
to
like kind of a meditation. It's not like a full sleep for
right
them too.
where it's very similar. Where he's he's still conscious, he's still present, but
Yeah,
it would be more of a. Granted, it's not specified like what type of meditation
Yeah.
elves do when they have their meditation period, but I think Mark II would do more like mindfulness meditation,
sure.
being, you know, present and that's a fun challenge for a robot because there's not breath to focus on.
Right. Yeah,
I was going to say he focuses on his breath, but there is none.
There is
he doesn't
none.
have breath to focus on.
right.
He would have to. You know, you can hear your stomach make sounds sometimes.
Yeah.
He almost certainly would have to meditate and tune into the sound of his body.
Yeah,
running.
Mark II makes sounds.
Right.
Absolutely.
He would have to use that as his meditative focus rather than his
Sure.
breath.
So trying to blank your mind.
By focusing inward on the sound that he's
Sure.
outwardly making.
Yeah.
I love that. Hell yeah, dog.
Cool.
Yeah, that is how he spends that time.
Yeah. So you sit yourself down maybe on a rug or something. Do you think Mark II has like a rug that he packs with him that he uses for this, like a mat or his coat?
I don't know that he would have something that he necessarily sat on
Sure.
to do that. I think he would have... If you'll allow me, I think he would have like a light.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I was going to say incense. He has no sense of smell.
Right.
Can't do that.
Yeah, sure.
So he would have a beautiful. He would have an electronic candle.
Sure.
That,
Yeah, like a rust candle.
Right. And the flame is either steady or flickering based on his focus.
Sure.
So there's a thing you can do, it's called smoke focusing, where you kind of like focus on smoke
Yeah.
and the goal is to keep it in one continuous strand and you try
Interesting.
to like exert your will onto it to make it straight.
Yeah.
He would do that with the light to force it to be on
Yeah.
and steady, like
Sure.
maintaining that connection, and that would be his. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So you pull out this small rust candle, about this size, and it is a cylindrical, very scuffed from having done this in the sand out while you guys were traveling. Scuff marks, patinaed
Numerous, like,
similar,
pits.
yeah, patinaed similarly to how he is, but almost a beautiful pattern kind of woven into it like waves from being buffeted by sand over time on a windy night where you would have been sitting out and doing this in an almost like kind of like concentric like smoke rings almost up the sides of it. And you set this down and you focus yourself, and the light buzzes with a slight bit of electricity and comes on and flickers on and off ever so slightly as you kind of center yourself, listening to the clicking of the gears, almost like the beating of the heart that Mark II doesn't have. Not a physical beating heart, but there's fluid and things pumping through him that make him operate. The clicking of these gears, the spinning of servo motors back and forth as you kind of flex your fingers and listen to these sounds of yourself as this light illuminates into a greenish color. Yeah.
It literally makes a
Yeah, absolutely.
sound as
Yeah.
this does actually
Oh,
does.
yeah, actually,
like,
true.
Literally actually
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, so you're cosplaying doing that basically. And the light goes steady, and the sounds of the room, the very slight sound of the bath in a fountain style kind of trickling into the water, fades away as there is only the sounds of your internals and this steady green light. And you see the light grow brighter and then start rapidly flashing on and off, almost like a pattern, like Morse code almost, as it flashes. And you open your eyes and you find yourself standing in a completely metallic room, surrounded by long, huge, almost like test tubes, almost, but like a pod of some sort with a glass frame. Hundreds of them as you look around this 20 by 20 space. Some on the ground level at an angle, some up slightly at like your eye level. And there is flashing text in that language you don't know on each of the panels of this glass. This greenish, almost viscous looking liquid filled with smoke. And you press your face down to get a better look at what's inside this tube. And you're greeted with the face of a person, a woman floating in this pod. And you step back for a second, and without thinking about it, you raise your hand, your arm, and it's what your hand looks like to you. Mostly, the patina's not there. There's more almost joints to it, like a metallic skeletal structure almost, where you have like more bulbous points where the bones would connect. And there is a brass sheathing over that you can see wires in as you flex your fingers. Your hand moves to this screen and spreads outward, and you see a ball of light with many dots. The same thing that you see when you like upgrade your iPhone and you're trying to transfer from one iPhone to the other, that like weird fucking matrix of light that you like scan, and it's a weird.
I've not had an iPhone since 2014.
Fair.
Don.
So it's picture a just a confined ball of stars, like a point of lights kind of floating in a matrix in an orb,
Right.
where there's just thousands of little dots. And you expand, and this ball spins and twists and opens up more, and some of these dots are connected in a pattern. And you navigate through something, pressing some of these dots and twisting this circle and spinning in and out, expanding and contracting this circle until you find what you're looking for, pressing something, and you see another whoosh of this smoke from a tube connected to the bottom of this pod puff in to this viscous water swirling around this figure of this woman. And you bring your hands back together again and step back and move to the next pod, following the same process, observing this one doesn't need anything, and you move to the next one. Not consciously doing this, but you realize what's happening. You have some sort of understanding that that is what you're doing, and you don't know why you know that. And you look around this space as you move with practiced ease. Pipes along the ceiling, wires and conduits cascading down through the room from each of these pods, running down the center of this space. And beneath you on the floor, beneath panes of a almost sea glass texture, more of these cables, one on top, one on the bottom of each of these pods, running down towards the door at the end. You finish this process. Yes.
In that moment, do I identify that tube top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom as a sequence? Or do I identify it as just, you know how circuits can run in sequence
absolutely.
or in parallel?
Yeah, I would say that you would see that the ones that are on the second level are funneled into this top pipe, and the ones that are on the bottom are funneled below you. So, because they're stacked around the room where these pods, the lower ones are not going up, they have something on the bottom, the top ones have something on the top.
Gotcha, okay.
They are funneling almost like an organ, like a pipe organ, back into one central pipe. So I don't think you would necessarily, they're not wired in sequence with each other. The top ones
This
just
is a
have
plumbing
pipes.
situation, not an
Correct,
electrical
yes,
situation.
yes, correct. Yeah. Funneling back towards the door. As you walk through the rest of this space, you walk over to this door and press your hands up to a small panel on the surface of the door. And again, push outward and twist this circle, and then push inward this panel as it goes in. The door slides open, and you step out, taking a step forward, the door closing behind you, and you take a turn to your left and walk down a hallway in an immense space, at the end of which you can see a pane of a glowing bluish-colored glass, out of which you see pitch blackness and stars. And the candle returns to its green color, strong, stable, and you hear only the clicking of your internals and the trickling of the water.
All right.
That is what you experience this evening.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Yeah. If you could send in John.
John, you got it. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
They're still very confused by the page of red ink.
I'm very confused by the horrifying page of red ink.
Oh, don't you remember it?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
I was gonna say because it's
I do remember.
I was working
but it
on-
is scary.
I was working on some more of it and I realized, oh man, you're one N away from being able to have high noon partner. It's so close.
It's so close.
Like I love that high noon is still available as two of the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got those. I realized you could also do things with moon, north, tarot, omen, deem.
Omen's a
station.
great word.
Omen's a great
It's a
word
great
too. This is
word.
where I'm like, it really isn't like I'm trying to solve
Yeah.
the sentence, but
Absolutely.
I'm trying to find
Yeah, what words are in there?
what words are in there that could be, something like really exciting or cool for
Yeah.
you. Let me get back into costume. Ah! Here I am once more.
Z perfect.
The perfect.
What
we
would-
had set in the tent.
Yeah,
She
you
had
guys
gone
are
to
set in the
bed,
tent.
Pierre was doing his.
Yeah, Pierre's doing his thing. Dusk has gone to sleep. What in your mind is Dawn's nighttime routine as he kind of prepares himself to end the day and go to sleep?
Ooh, well, I guess this is something where it's probably good for it to be able to happen on stream because it's stuff that like we're trying to integrate better into the world. With me having requested having like a rust lighter,
Yeah.
we know that rust is fueled by echo.
yes.
I channel my sorceress origins and magics through this. We've talked before about being able to do arcane shot and spell slinging in that degree
Yeah.
for other classes. And artificers are able to produce this stuff. As a sorcerer that is specifically this new spellfire class that just got released,
yeah.
I don't know what, and again, now that nobody else is in here, I don't know what my internal relationship looks like from the echo experimentation done on us is. Like, I had talked specifically, that's why I said I've awakened. That's
Right.
me using a sorceress feature.
Yeah.
But that's also me flavoring in a way that, like, I do think it's meaningful if it is connected in some way for the echo in the world.
Absolutely.
I know we talked about it working its way into the visualizations for Dusk and I. I would think that I probably have some level of understanding if you think it makes sense that within the the lighter itself where it's
Yeah.
going to have like gears and mechanisms for the turning and the ignition, and obviously a fuel source, which would be the echo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know, John, yet how I fill that with echo. Or whether or not that's something that I, as Dawn, would believe that the echo in me I can resonate with and fill the butane. And that is part of when we've talked before about why in any of these magic systems do we only have a limited number of spell slots.
Yeah.
Do I have a certain space of echo within me that I can, resonate with in some gear or mechanism or other component within the lighter itself that I can kind of generate a sense of harmony?
Yeah. I think in my mind, and this also lends itself to you guys collecting things as you have gone, either broken pieces of rust, whatever bits, which you can also say that you've harvested off of these bodies that of these people that, in addition to the bounty you guys took, like
that's why
the
we took
guy's
the guy's
arm and
head
all the
and
other
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think that because in the world currently, there's not a way to restore echo to something that has run out of it. As far as people are generally aware.
That's why I'm asking, am I more than the general public in this regard?
I think you are more than the general public in this regard, because it's not something like refilling a lighter where, like, yes, there is a way to vent the echo out to make it not work anymore. And it's not as if you're just like putting the fill port onto the bottom of the... There's something weird going on here.
Nope.
I think that in my mind, from this awakening, that you would place the objects that you have found, these rust pieces,
stuff
around you, to just kind of see how you resonate with each of them.
Sure.
And I think the way that would manifest is that this stuff glows a lot. Like, all of it has some sort of light and glow to it with this pastel-colored smoke. But when they're not being used, they're more inert. It's not that, when they're not active, they're not attached to something. They're more inert.
Yeah.
I think in almost like a ritualistic sense that you would kind of, again, as you said, find harmony with one or some number of these objects.
Ooh, can I aura match?
Yes.
Can I produce out, like, in these classic ways in anime and other video game systems, like you're able of, if I have raw innate magic within me as a magician, as a character capable of casting spells, when you cast a spell, you have the components because it's you attracting and channeling and concentrating that into an effect. But like the magic itself, I still think could be in the same way detect magic is, you see the visible aura exuding of a thing's magic.
Yeah.
That I did take detect magic for this reason. Because I thought that there would be magic and echo being interlaced and having some overlaps, that it would be, I can sit here and project my own echo's aura and see what other ones align with me and resonate visibly. I was also going to say that I think there would, especially with Dusk being so musically inclined in her echo's manifestation, I think that there would also be like a very quiet, ritualistic humming that I, in order to kind of like just maintain concentration and letting myself fall into that more spiritualistic mindset of relaxation, meditative, and I breathe and I want to see what breathes back.
Yeah. I think it would manifest similarly to, I know Savannah had mentioned like colors with making things look like the northern lights. That's kind of what I envision as you like exude your aura, that there is almost this like surface level glow that produces off of you, wrapping you in these shifting patterns of colors.
I would think also probably in the areas in which we were most starkly injected with Echo as kids.
Absolutely. That's where it like flows out of.
Yep.
I'm
Almost
kind of
like
picturing
rivers,
it like a river, yes. Literally tracing out of these points where you were injected and wrapping around you. Kind of like Aang a little bit in the Avatar state.
100%.
That same vibe.
Yeah.
And you would hum this tune to yourself as you would focus and just kind of move your hand like a Ouija board almost over these sets of objects.
What tingles?
Yeah, and see what starts to exude that same aura. And you would slowly, as you found one that on that particular day happened to resonate with you, pull like the fucking
strands,
like the brain
the
thing from
fucking-
Harry
yeah,
Potter
Yep.
out of the rust, floating upwards again, still like a spiraling river from this, and almost like a paintbrush, trace it through the air into your lighter,
Yeah.
filling back up, where there would be some sort of gauge that you could see, again, despite none of this being a liquid, where it's more of like a gaseous plasma, you could see this fill that space.
Yeah, I would say that there would be, while it's, the lighter itself is very steampunk-esque, decorated with like gears and things, I would still say that there would be like the channels and grooves, like the depressions sinking in that would go to that gauge that I would, with the paintbrush like movements, I would trace over whatever those like sigil-like grooves would be to feel like in all of this stuff, I feel like Dusk and Dawn have this intrinsic recognition through their lives that all of this stuff, in the same way that like a musical note has pitch and all these other components to it, and you need to keep it, that there is a flow to it, and if you break the flow, you lose it.
Yeah.
It will be gone.
Yeah. It's like a reverse inkwell as you're tracing these patterns into this lighter. And you spend your time doing that, finding the objects that resonate with you and trace in. And I would say that you would either turn on some sort of light or lantern or something just to kind of make like Pierre aware not to
Interrupting. Yeah.
to not disrupt this process. And as you finish, you wave your hand and click this light off. And the curtain pulls back, and Pierre walks in with a handful of pictures and sets them down.
Yeah, I would definitely just like slowly crack like all the joints in my hands and fingers and everything. I would also just want to say, despite her not being here, I think that, especially with the class that I am, I would also know that I refuel her stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely.
As the, like, again, the Spellfire class is built around like counterspell, detect magic, dispel magic, like all the things that are meant to be like, I am fed by this.
Yeah.
I think I would also, with us being bonded together like that, share that and refill her items as well for her magical components.
And I actually think the way that this manifests, because I like this visual, is rather than going directly from the object into your lighter, I think you would pull all of this into a pool that would float in circles above you of this like really pretty radiant northern lights color that you would then paint into the lighter out of. Yeah, I think that's how that would manifest, because I like that visual of you sitting in the dark surrounded by this radiant kind of neon light tracing it in.
I love also the idea of, we do it in occasions where when we do detect magic and we see that there are 8 different schools of spells, that each of them would have visualizations of color patterns associated with them, that when I'm pulling out Echo, if it's something more proximate to raw magic, that I am either choosing what strands that I can detect specific components that are more aligned with her or with me. I'm able to effectively just feel what school is what school and denote it to me and to her.
Yeah, I think that is how that would visualize and how that would work.
I love that.
Pierre walks in as you finish and sets the photos down.
Oh, yeah.
I have finalized the photos from today.
Very good, Pierre. Thank you. It is A tiring endeavor to extract all the echo from these plundered and pilfered things, but we would not be Dusk and Dawn without them.
That is absolutely correct. And it is an endeavor to paint people out of photos, but Pierre still does this.
We are both artisans.
Indeed we are. What do you think of this group?
It
These
is
folk.
tough to call them a group. They feel quite uncertain of themselves. Not quite like Dusk and I, with understanding how the other thinks and being able to anticipate action. They seem
Yes.
more like they are constrained together by strands of fate. And I am not quite certain whether or not they know how much misfortune lay in life for them ahead.
I think they do not know who they are yet.
No, but with time, everyone understands better. I pray that it is hard even to remember their names. Angry Mustache?
Damon.
Damon? I pray that this human man also, quite curious.
Yes. Very odd for the Fey Frontier.
Yes, I pray that whatever it is that has drawn him into this, it seems like it is deep love for the one girl. I pray that whatever is there for them, they are able to bring some sense of peace or something. It seems like he is quite disturbed by us, but I understand, Dusk and Dawn, we are very, we are who we are. As I said to Dusty, Genevieve, I am quite confused as to why the fox has had such, knowing he is dead, had such languishing feelings for what feels like such a shy kind of wallflower type tiefling woman. It is confusing.
I think the same types of strands that bond you and Dusk together bonded the two of them together. From a young age, Pierre observe the web. Pierre sees difficulty in her life. This Andrew, horse boy,
yes, very good.
Heartbreak and
Disappointment.
disappointment, difficulty. I think that the fox went through the same thing.
We, perhaps. And then there is this thinking armored man. Seems as though he is quite particular when it comes to the rust forged, unlike many that we have seen elsewhere.
Yes, he is quite intriguing. He seems more... Intelligent is not the right word, but
No.
some sort of spark that did not exist in many others. There are some that are close, but something there, yes.
Yes,
Pierre
perhaps
sees this.
some sense of awakening. Do not know. Curious as to who constructed him and from where. It is not a name Mark II that I have ever encountered in any of our expeditions.
Pierre not heard this name.
I have not heard the names of really any of these folk outside of the fox when speak of the Gene.
Yes. Perhaps a similar awakening to yours.
It would be a shame if he was not gifted with all the, I suppose I should say, luxuries of being such a gifted and talented young man. But, you know, I suppose he could find entertainment in other ways, other things to enjoy the pleasures and luxuries of what a life like this can bring.
He seemed to like blowing up the car.
He did like blowing up the cars. The fox did say he enjoyed watching him kiss the elf, so perhaps he is just simple.
Perhaps there is hope for him yet.
Perhaps there is hope. Yes, perhaps maybe there is more than one awakening in store for
Yes,
this Mark II.
indeed.
No, they are a curious group. It is difficult to place much confidence in them when they are so uncertain of what they do and why. They seem
Yes.
to bicker much when trying to formulate plans. They are not people of action. even when discussing this box in the desert, they are unable to just come up with the obvious plan of why even transport it at all? Like, this is a compound. Where are you taking it that you're trying to blackmail this Richard? Why are you only taking back sample? What are you doing with this? Bury it in the desert nearby. Make a specific mark by landmarks that only you know. Take back your small sample for Richard.
One of them did recommend burying it. I think the robot recommended this.
This
or
is
perhaps the
wise.
girl.
Again, I don't always listen. They just kind of bicker back and forth, and at a certain point I look at Dusk and I say, I'm tired.
Yes.
I am tired.
They do not have the link that the two of you have. They do not have what Pierre has.
It is a shame. Perhaps some days they will find it in themselves and they were able to work together more harmonious and they are able to think alike and actually understand even when they are fighting together.
Yes.
It seems like there is no camaraderie here.
Pierre see camaraderie.
See come.
See come.
Oh, Pierre, see
Oh
come.
my god. Pierre see camaraderie, but Pierre does not see the structure.
Yes, limited.
Yes.
Inexperienced. They seem new to each other, which I understand. They are figuring out the kinks. It took Dusk and I, a few days.
Pierre
but
take a while to figure out the kinks.
yes, of course. I mean, certain people are not as exposed to it as others are. And, some people are just, as they say, built for it.
Yes, indeed.
But I want to see them... I want to see them succeed. See Fox... decent figure. It is a shame.
It is a shame.
People die in the frontier all the time. This is the line of work. It is a dangerous game, and the Fox... Well, you can't just quit being a detective. Even if you try to work yourself into the life of a courtesan, you are no longer a detective in your presentation, but you are still asking all the right questions.
Yes, the footsteps always follow you regardless of what path you choose to take.
Yes, and whatever it was that he fell into in the life before the Ballad and Blossom, it caught up with him. It is a shame, but a decent man who I trust the lovely Berry will take care of and place him in the stars with the constellations that he requested.
Yes.
If anything, I am quite envious of the fact that the Fox has peace.
Peace.
Peace. He's got peace.
He's just full of peace.
He's just full of peace.
Peace will someday come for all of us, but there's so much more to do.
There is. I mean, Dusk and I have many journeys ahead. There is still...
Oh my god, beloved sexing?
Hell yeah,
Best
dude.
viewers?
This is the perfect timing.
Thank
We are
you.
just working out the kinks. Dusk and I have many journeys ahead. We still have to understand, and there are still people out there that are yet breathing that should no longer be breathing.
Yes, indeed. Pierre find them for you.
Yes, and at the end of all things, I pray for only peace for Dusk and I, and that we have lived a life that is satisfying. And it is, satisfaction is quite a fickle goal to maintain, but for now, there is satisfaction in watching these people fuck around and find out to a certain degree.
Yes.
And being able to demonstrate to them what real partnership looks like, what you can accomplish when you have two people who are so synchronized and able to think as one and move as one and kill as one.
It is a glorious demonstration for them, to be sure.
And perhaps in future, they can also become clients for Pierre.
Is possible?
They seem a little bit hesitant about the photographs, but, they don't have as much personality as we do, so...
Yes, and Pierre have other clients, but I only talk to them on the phone. You are the only ones that I travel with because you have it. Not everyone does.
I do not think the Frontier has ever had two bounty hunters together who has had it quite like us.
No, I do not think so. This is why Pierre go with.
And it is a pleasure to have Pierre with.
And a pleasure to be a part of.
It is time for a bit of rest for me, though, Pierre.
I shall leave you to your rest. A good night.
Good
in
night,
French.
Bon nuit?
Bon nuit. Buonasera is Italian, and I don't think that's good night. I think that's good morning.
Because isn't that the whole thing with the Futurama quote with
Oh, yes.
Bon
it is.
nuit.
Bon nuit.
Bon nuit to you all.
Which is what he says.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, no, and I think I would leave Dusk's belongings for her that I had recalculated and reinstilled with Echo and tuck my stuff in and grab some sleep.
Very good.
Do you want me to grab somebody else?
Yeah, can you send in Andy?
Yep.
Thank you.
Bon nuit to you all.
Bon nuit to you all.
Good night in French. Favorite line.
It's a good line.
I can't wait to fight God. Let me at him.
Let me at him. A good evening.
Good evening.
In your mind, what would you say is Andy's routine as she kind of prepares herself to go to sleep? What things does she do? What ritualistic things does she repeat? What's in her mouth guard? What's
Yeah, 12-step Sylvan skincare routine.
Yeah.
No, I would say even though she has kind of separated herself from the church, she would still say almost like a nightly prayer routine where she thanks the greater beings for allowing her survival and the safety of her friends and passages and yada yada.
Sure. What other things do you in this ritual, this kind of speech, do you light a candle? Do you have a light? Is there anything that you are doing, or is it just kneel by the bedside? What is the process for doing that? What does that look like?
It would probably be closing eyes, sort of meditating, focusing on the rust implant itself and trying to connect to the rust implant.
Yeah.
It would probably be speaking in Celestial or whatever version of Celestial they speak.
But reverie speak.
Reverie speak, yeah.
Okay.
I think it would probably be kneeling by the bedside, before making myself comfortable, saying my graces and what I'm grateful for before getting the comfortability of going to bed.
Sure. Do you sit cross-legged on the bed? Or are you sitting on the floor leaning against the bed?
I would probably be cross-legged on the floor.
Cross-legged on the floor, back to the bed? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you sit yourself down, leaning against the bed in this immaculate room. I mean, there is, which I guess it makes sense. Would Andy partake in any of the things in here? There are, fitted pajamas of various sizes, a robe,
She just had a bath for the very first time, a luxury bath. She's going for the full experience.
Pampering. Yeah. You find a set of pajamas that's your size and put those on. There's a bar cart. There is a small selection of nuts and dried fruits and things that won't spoil out. There is a very ornate bathtub with a filled and a almost a fountain. It is a dragon sitting on the edge, water coming out of its mouth like a waterfall into the water, just kind of bubbling. That's just kind of what you see in this space.
Sure. She probably wouldn't take another bath.
No, because you've had them on.
I would probably just try and not investigate, but just take in the luxury of it all. Coming from a very minimalistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
Just I didn't even know they made fountains that looked like dragons
Yeah.
that did this.
It doesn't, none of it looks new. It looks like it's in good shape, like it's polished and nice, but it's not, to your eye, there are, minor spiderweb cracks in like the masonry around the stone tub. Very small, but things that, to your mind, again, you did not grow up with any of this stuff, but you put people back together. And you a little bit understand how to put rust things back together, and like to your eye when something is aged or broken. That's kind of the visual that you get from this stuff. Of it is immaculate, but it is not as if this was all recently installed. This is old money stuff in here.
If I had to guess, is it like archaic level old or like a couple hundred years?
No, I don't think it's even that old. It's not like 5 years old or 10 years
Sure.
old. Like this
Like
is
maybe like 50?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is that level of, and it's not even like the level of tech that it is,
Yeah.
because it's expensive stuff. It's
Yeah.
nice.
It just has some, like,
it doesn't
wear.
look brand new. There's a little bit of wear to it. There's even in like the stones in the tub,
Mm-hmm.
you can see in the curvature of the tub spots where it has been worn just from like people getting in and out of the tub on like the handhold spots of like this
Sure.
has not been installed in like the last year.
Gotcha.
You take in the almost ornate pageantry of this room and put yourself in these very nice silk pajamas, grab a handful of like dried fruits and pop them in your mouth, and you sit against the bed, crossing your legs, leaning, hat on or off?
Off.
Off. Hat on the nightstand next to the bed, on the little hook. What do you focus on as you kind of center yourself to try to start saying these ritualistic phrases?
So as far as Andy's aware, the church treated Rust like it was a living thing, like it was
Yes.
a gift from the gods that we are able to connect with them.
Yes.
I
and
would
that
like-
they are destined to use
Right.
and speak to. Yeah.
So in the same way that like if you close your eyes and try and focus on like your fingertip, like there's a way you do it in yoga where like you focus on like the most peripheral parts of your body
Yeah.
and you like connect with that, and then when you breathe out you're like releasing the energy from that area. I would say it's similar in the sense of like closing my eyes, breathing, trying to focus on the like otherness of
Yeah.
my rust implant and trying to connect with the otherness, like trying to like form a connection with it.
Sure. In your mind, so obviously, you escaped from the reverie and ran from this.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Andy do these things still? And I only ask this from the sense of, obviously, you don't like the way that they do things in the sense that they cut off your hand and gave you a rust hand, but you still have a
Sense of
not even sympathy, like an understanding of rust. And like you pressured Damon, don't do this. Don't get the rust installed. But it doesn't mean that you don't appreciate it. I think that you don't want Damon to get it installed because to you, there is trauma around the fact that you had it installed in a way that you did not ask for.
Sure.
That there was not permission granted by you for it.
Sure.
That's just the way that I see it. You may have a different opinion about that. That's just in my mind.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty spot on. I mean, Andy left with her parents who spent their entire lives
Yeah.
at the Reverie. I would think that in leaving, in spending time at the monastery, in
Yeah.
trying to like come to grips with her traumas, she's built a sense of spiritualistic faith with Rust where it's the Rust itself is not inherently evil, it's the way it was implemented that was.
Sure.
So Rust is not inherently bad, but the folks at the Revelry were.
So Andy continues to do these things in a way to reclaim her own spiritual nature of
Yes.
connecting with Rust separately from the things that they did, despite using the teachings and the things of that.
Right.
Okay, cool. Can you roll for me a D100, please?
I don't know if that's 10 or 100.
What is it?
The number, it's 10, and then it's 0.
That is 100.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. You chant. And recite this almost twisting melodic series of words to yourself as they almost like tumble over each other out of your mouth in practiced repetition. Kind of similar to the soaring and sinking resonance that Chime had talked about of as you inhale, things get louder, and as you exhale, the words get softer, as if they are climbing over a mountain and sinking down into a valley as you recite these words. And you close your eyes, and the trickling of the tub, this water rippling across the surface, bubbling, starts to grow almost louder in your ears a bit. And you hear the trickling whispers from the reverie of these echo tubes, these sealed caps from Rust's ships with echo inside, slowly twisting down like a rain stick of whispers, kind of replacing the tub, this bubbling in the background of your ears, of your consciousness. And you feel a hand in yours. And you look, and you see not your Rust hand, but your actual hand. The familiar figure of your mother's hand locked in yours as you stand in this immense space, this ritual room at the Reverie, with these twisting echo coils hanging down from the ceiling at various heights. Almost like sound panels where they have the like up and down wave effect to them on the ceiling. Hanging from coils of thin chain. Twisting every so often to kind of turn them over and have the echo twist down the other way. And you look up at the stark, strong figure of your mother dressed in her reverie armor, looking onward at this chamber. Figures lining the risers on the side of the room, this almost reflective black marble floor, casting a weird, eerie glow of colored lights dancing across the surface. Standing behind this long wooden pulpit is the ceremonial robed figure, the leader of the reverie, hood up, covering over his eyes. And he begins speaking, growing taller as he does, as you described him to your friends as so decked out in rust that he almost elongated himself at times. His voice booming through this space, the words reverberating around, falling on almost muffled ears. And you look towards your mother, and she looks at you and just gives your hand a squeeze twice as you look back forward. The reverie leader continues to speak and holds aloft a gilded, jeweled rust sickle in the shape of a almost like half moon, the blade crusted along the side of it with coiled wires and cables,
And he stops, and you feel yourself take a footstep forward as your mother lets go of your hand after pacing through half of the room. And you inhale and let a breath out and continue your pace forward towards this stone tablet, this flat stone table in front of this wooden pulpit. The figure steps out from behind this wooden pulpit and raises the sickle again towards the ceiling, tracing, stretching towards the sky, swirling through these echo coils as they spin again and more whispers trickle down through the space. He reaches with his other hand and grabs yours and places it into a channel on this wooden pulpit. Brings down the sickle against your wrist and traces with it, twisting it in this channel as you see a small mark appear on your skin. A rusted bronze paint tracing the mark on your skin as you see it stretch outward almost like a circuit board, filling areas on your arm and onto your hand like a henna tattoo almost. And he places your hand back into this channel and puts the sickle to his side. Are you ready, Andromeda?
I would give just the, faintest of nods. Second guessing myself.
Yeah. And he looks back and traces the sickle up, stretching above you against the echo coils, twisting as they spin and release more of their whispers as the rest of the room is dead silent, all eyes focused on you.
As his sickle's in the air,
Yeah.
I hesitate for a second and then just start shaking my head no.
And you start to pull your wrist out of this channel, and he reaches with his other hand and stops it and pulls your hand forward, placing it off of the edge of this channel. And holds it there with his one arm as he hooks the sickle into the edge of one of the echo tubes and reaches behind his back and pulls out a longer ceremonial blade, twisted, crafted from bits of metal sheathing, similar to the panels on the outside of the ship in Beacon's End. Cut, not by purpose, as if that is the way that this was when it crashed down, curving in and out, jagged edges to this blade of metal. And he holds it aloft and slams it down on your
Jesus
wrist.
Christ, Donald.
And your hand, in one smooth motion, right through the edges of where that paint was marked by the sickle. And in slow motion, your hand falls and strikes against the floor. And the last words of your ritual spill out of your mouth. And you exhale and flex your rust hand and go to sleep.
I would say before finally committing to sleep, I would take out a journal and write another letter to my parents, just not denoting exactly where I'm at.
Sure.
But just describing the things I'm seeing as I'm
Yeah.
out and about and the things I'm encountering.
Sure. That's the other thing I did mean to ask. You handed letters to the Baron to send out. Think about who those are for and what you'd like to include in it, so that way I can have things occur based on that. I don't need that now. Just think about it, because we'll be off for like 3 or 4 weeks. So
Sure.
give it some thought.
Okay.
Cool. If you could send in Sarah.
It's me, your wife.
Hey!
I couldn't not do it.
That's very funny.
I was sent on a retrieval mission.
Ah. Hi, Bug. Was she in here the whole time, or did you
No.
take her out with you?
No, she was out there.
Hi, Bug. In your mind, what is Genevieve's nighttime ritual as she goes to sleep? What things do you do?
I think she would be, washing her face,
Yeah.
like letting her hair down, brushing it out, getting all the tangles out. She grew up in a very prim and proper environment,
Yeah.
and I think she would have retained some of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of that, like, hygiene, like the
Mm-hmm.
evening routine, maybe jot down some ideas in her
Yeah.
journal for her sketchbook. Nothing too intentionally meditative,
Yeah.
but
You think she would journal or anything?
sketches. I don't think
Yeah.
she would, like, dear diary.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think Genevieve would sketch on this particular day? A new sketch or something she's been working on continuing?
She would probably sketch the two bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Just get an idea for their likeness.
Sure.
Maybe, like, write down some, like, the names of some pigments that she might have used if she were to try to replicate their
Yeah.
colors, and just kind of working on, like, keeping herself in tune with that information,
Yeah.
with that knowledge, even when she's not actively painting anything.
Yeah. Can you roll for me a D100?
Seven.
7. Okay. What things would be running through Genevieve's mind as she sketches this? As you sketch these two bounty hunters?
they knew Ulysses. They said that they received word from him a few days ago to come find me, to come help me. Ulysses didn't mention sending word. So why are they here? I mean, who are they really?
Continue to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not painting, but she is
Sketching.
Sketching.
And writing down what color she would use.
Yes.
Yeah. You like quill and ink? Or like some sort of rust pen?
Like a maybe charcoal.
Charcoal. Okay. Yeah. These thoughts ruminate in your mind as you sketch these rough figures of Dusk and Dawn. The tub in this room bubbling behind you, hewn stone, the faucet, a figure of a dragon, the water protruding from its mouth, cascading down into the filled tub like a fountain, bubbling like the edge of a waterfall, trickling in the background in this space, in this room. You sketch these figures with the charcoal. And as a bit of charcoal dust kind of brushes off of the edge of your hand and lands on the page, you, out of the corner of your eye, see tiny fox footsteps in the edges of the charcoal, the dust left on the page. Do you flip your eye to it, or do you ignore?
I'd go to touch.
Yeah, you'd start to turn your eye and go to touch, and it's just a streak of charcoal dust on the page.
I'd kind of push it around and almost recreate what
Yeah.
I saw.
Push this dust around and form into loose footsteps with the edge of your dagger. Kind of push this together, or some artistic tool of your choice.
Just like a piece of cloth, even.
Kind of recreate these footsteps in this dust. And as you're doing this, you see the figures of Dusk and Dawn having been sketched on the page. Are they making like a pose? They were posing quite a lot.
Yeah. It'd be the back, like the back flip
Yeah.
pose, and then
Yeah, Dawn in the back flip pose.
and then Dusk just like looking all moody
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah. Lily, as you're looking at the bottom half of the page, recreating this charcoal dust, you're messing up the sound. Lily, come on.
What are you doing? Eat your stick. Eat your stick. It's right there. Go over there.
As you're messing with this charcoal dust,
You see out of the corner of your eye, but like above you as they're at the bottom of your view, these figures of Dusk and Dawn stand motionless as you drew them. But across the center of the page, in a flash, there is a line like a tightrope. And you see the unmistakable silken-clad figure of Ulysses balancing atop the tightrope. And you see it snap. And as you flick your eyes forward, there's just a line of charcoal dust and these two motionless figures of Dusk and Dawn on the page. The line of charcoal dust there from you moving this dust out of the bottom of the page with your cloth to form these footprints, a straight line broken in the center by your cloth.
Genevieve would just graze the center of the broken part of the line.
Yeah.
You should probably draw Ulysses at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe in ghosts. If you're trying to talk to me from beyond the grave, you gotta do it more clearly. Otherwise, I'll just assume that I'm losing it.
You hear nothing and the charcoal doesn't move. But on the page now, with the figure of Dusk and Dawn is the figure of Ulysses that you drew. At the bottom of the page, these footprints tracing against where he steps.
Slam the book closed.
Yeah. The bubbling continues in the tub behind you.
This is like a bath?
It's a bedroom. There's just an attached bathroom to it. Yeah. Yeah, with an ornate stone tub.
Is there a door to this bath?
It's just in the space.
Just-
Yeah.
You get up and walk over to it.
Yeah.
Touch the water.
Yeah. It's a thick, almost lavender, sort of salty, viscous liquid. Your hands feel smooth as you rub it between your fingers, as if it's imbued with oils. It smells nice.
Is there any kind of switch to turn it off?
Yeah, you would see one on the wall. It's a large brass handle that's currently pointed up. And you turn it down and the water would slow coming out of the dragon's mouth. The tub would slowly drain down, spiraling down towards the center.
Genevieve's gonna turn out the lights and go and lay down.
Yeah. You find yourself drifting off to sleep.
Is the door locked?
Yeah. You find yourself drifting off to sleep. And as you inhale a deep breath, as you are on the edges of consciousness, you're met with the scent of charcoal. And then you'd be asleep.
I thought you started a drum roll.
No.
Yeah, I was like, something got to happen.
It's me, your wife.
My wife.
Again.
Again.
It's your old pal, the orthodontist. Your wife.
Your wife a dentist.
Your wife orthodontist.
Lily's asleep down here on the blankets,
After she was
yelling under the
Woofing.
table and woofing.
Woof.
At a very quiet moment.
Woof. Shit.
What?
Forgot my water. I'll drink that.
Yep.
The worst.
Oh, yes.
Feel free to start without me.
You would all awaken and coalesce in the Baron's study after your various evening experiences. There would be breakfast set out on the table. And the Baron would not be there at this moment.
How'd
It is
everybody
just
sleep?
the six of you.
who's up first? I guess Mark too.
Yeah, Mark too.
I would come down shortly after, just rings of, like, it looks like I hadn't got much sleep.
Is it a hallway?
No, so this is in this large library room.
I mean,
There
from our
are-
rooms.
No, so it's like a panel that opens into the room immediately.
Okay.
So you're right up against it.
Okay.
Do you,
Morning.
you don't really sleep, right?
Nah, not really. I kind of sit here idly.
Did you have a good idol?
I had a great one. Yeah, yeah. I do.
Dead now.
I do something comparable to what y'all call meditating. It's very similar.
I do something similar to that, too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you were able to rest okay.
It was pretty fine. It was all right. It was a little spooky, but it was all right.
All right.
That's alarming.
The old little spooky meditation.
I mean, sometimes you go digging in your head, you find shit you don't want to see.
Ain't that the truth? Where's the Baron?
I don't know.
Have you been out here this whole time?
Presumably, yeah. Yeah.
She hasn't come out?
No.
Maybe she's still sleeping. Is it like early, or is it like regular morning time?
It's like regular morning time. Like, it's early. I mean, it's like 7 a.m.
It's not 5 though. Like,
No.
anything crazy. Okay.
That's probably when Mark II would have arisen, is around like 5.
Sure.
You'd have been out for like 2 hours just by yourself by the fire.
Yeah, it's been about a couple hours I've been up and she's not been out yet, so
Is Mark? Are you wearing your regular clothes?
Yeah.
He's in PJs.
Well, I am also in PJs and like a silk turban and like a fancy robe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you not take advantage of the clothes and the? Those were for us, right?
I mean, there's no clothes out here, but I didn't go in a room.
Oh, you stayed out here the whole night.
Right.
Do you want me to get you pajamas? They're
No,
really soft.
I'm alright. I'm already dressed, and I can't feel soft.
They're fashionable. I can get you a head
But
wrap.
you can't feel soft, but you can feel soft.
Whoa. Hey, yo.
I'm
Get you a head wrap.
I'm alright.
You sure?
Genevieve will walk out.
I have a hat.
Yeah.
What do I need a head wrap for?
Also with a head wrap.
Nope.
We don't
Regular.
need pajamas.
What are you wearing?
Did nobody else see the really nice pajama set that was out? It was in the drawers. They had a bunch of different sizes. Was my room the only one that had it?
There's a monogram on the back that says The Baron.
Was I sleeping in her room?
Jen, did you go through the drawers in your room?
Were there drawers in my room? I don't. No.
Yeah, I think you might just be a thief.
No, I wasn't. I'm not gonna take them. They were soft. She let me take a bath. I thought this was part of it.
All right.
I angrily take off my head wrap. My hair's just shellacked in my head. Just greasy blue hair. Well, don't stare at me. I feel bad that I took it now.
Well, I mean, don't stand. Go take it off. I guess. I don't know.
Well, put it back
I
on.
mean, she's not even here. It's like.
Is she gonna yell at me? I didn't mean to steal it.
I think you care too much about what the Baron thinks.
I don't want her thinking I'm stealing her property.
I mean, that's understandable, but I think she'll be all right.
Should I get changed?
As you kind of look awkwardly around the space and look back towards your door, you would notice that the room that Damon went into, there is water leaking under the door.
Damon? I go running over, open the door. My fuzzy slippers just patting on the ground.
Did you lock the door?
Yeah.
I'm a monk. I punch it.
Sure. Make a strength check.
Chill.
You would hear.
She's panicked.
I put water underneath. Do you think I'm gonna wait for someone to pick it?
How much you getting water?
Yeah.
There's plenty on the floor.
You would hear panic and banging.
On my room?
No, from
Yes.
just
I
from.
was gonna say, I didn't sleep in the Baron's
No.
place.
But just you guys are right outside
Oh, okay.
because it's in that same
Oh, I was gonna
library.
make a grand entrance later.
Absolutely.
Of course you were.
Beautiful.
So banging sounds of distress.
Yes.
Andy's punching the door down.
Andy's punching the door. Yeah, she is the banging and sounds of distress, not from in the room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just straight strength.
Yeah.
10.
Okay. Yeah, you slam into this door and the frame does not even buckle.
Genevieve, can you help me open this?
I was gonna say Mark II follows closely behind with his full body.
Yeah.
Through the
Bam!
Just runs right at it.
I just run straight at the door, full
The Mark
speed.
II shape in the door.
Oh yeah! Can I make my athletics check to run clear through the door?
Yes, absolutely you can.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah.
If this fails, is there a keyhole?
Yeah.
I have advantage. It's unlikely.
It's actually got a lock on the outside that I can
ones.
just twist.
You're halfway there.
Whoa!
The duality of man.
Nat 20.
It is a nat 20.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for advantage.
Andy slams into the door frame and you step back to kind of like hit again and Mark II slams through the door frame. Hold on.
Kool-Aid Man style. Just
Oh yeah.
You crash through this wooden door.
Tyrannosaurus Rex noise.
And what are you doing at this moment? Would you still be asleep?
Slumped over in a chair.
Yeah, you're just slumped over in a chair. You would crash through the door like the Juggernaut from X-Men, leaving a Mark II with hole in the door, shattering through this metal frame. And yeah, despite it being metal, you like bend inward and crack it, and you hear an incredibly loud noise, and Mark II is now standing in your room.
water is leaking.
Yeah, I was
out.
gonna. As you walk into the room, you would notice that there is shards of what kind
Shattered,
of stone?
shattered
Like
stone.
granite,
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, like
Shards of
shattered
granite.
shattered granite,
Why?
and water
on the
and
ground.
blood on the floor.
Why?
And the tub is cracked and fallen over with the water that was in the tub now an inch of water in the room.
She's never gonna invite us back in.
So
Where's Dave?
And sitting in a chair, just
he's
like
asleep, right?
Yeah. Awoken by that. You're startled and Mark II is now in your room.
What the fuck?
I go run.
I
after
agree.
him.
What the fuck?
Damon, what did you do in here?
Are you okay?
What?
What? It's the fountain that's leaking, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, the tub is off, but the tub has exploded and there's water all over the place.
And there's like some blood in the water.
I just like assess him. I'm like looking for cuts. I'm not abiding by your 1 second request. Go fuck yourself. What's wrong?
You wouldn't find anything.
Yeah, he looks fine.
Just hold your eyes open. What happened?
Hold on. The fuck with the door? Jesus.
How about the tub?
Are you really here right now?
Yes.
Hold on.
Were you
He's
seeing-
just sitting like shirtless, like literally just wearing a pair of pants, like no shoes, no just pants, asleep in a chair.
Were you seeing things too last night?
Where are we?
We're at the Barrens.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's morning.
Yeah. Is it the Barrens?
Yes. Why are you talking like
What are
that?
you wearing?
That's not what we're talking about right now.
It was what we were talking about a second ago.
But we moved on. What happened?
Jen, is that really her?
well, yeah, as opposed to what?
Okay.
What do you...
Just the outfit,
Is there
the door.
is there a dresser in here?
Yeah.
Can I open the dresser and see if there's also pajamas in there?
No, there is. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, damn.
I locked that too.
No, yeah, there's pajamas.
I go over and hold them up and I'm like, see, I wasn't crazy. There's pajamas in all of our rooms.
Yeah, she's holding up pajamas of 2 different sizes.
Oh God. What the fuck happened to my door?
I slip a shirt on Damon.
I did.
Just a pajama shirt.
Can you...
Okay.
If you look at the shape, yeah.
Oh, that.
It's like
Yeah.
one of them game
That's
shows.
why.
I think they assumed you were dead in here.
It's a fair assessment.
Whose blood is that?
Mine.
Why is there water? Why, what happened
And
to the tub?
I would look at like my feet, and like my feet are healed.
Yeah, and Andy is furiously trying to stuff you into a pajama shirt as you're like talking.
No, just stop. I took a bath, and I went somewhere.
What do you mean you went somewhere? How did you get out of here?
The tub exploded.
When did the tub explode? I don't remember. I barely slept last night. I don't remember hearing the tub explode.
Yeah.
Is that
I
another
guess-
tub?
That's what that noise
I was in a
was.
state of meditation.
Yeah.
Awake. Did I at any point hear a tub explode?
You did not hear anything.
Is that a tub explode?
I was
my ears
was awake
deceive
all
me?
night. Not once did I hear that tub explode.
And he would know.
You're right. I made it up.
No,
I just gestured to the
Why,
shattered
it's very-
remains of
it's
its on
very
the floor.
obvious it has happened.
Jennifer-
However, something prevented everyone outside of your room from being able to hear it.
Genevieve's gonna go over and... Is the switch the same?
Yeah,
She's gonna turn it on.
it does not turn back on.
What is that?
She's gonna touch the water on the floor.
Yeah.
And
That same viscous, kind of lavendery, salty oil water.
What's that switch?
turns the water on and off.
It's like a huge brass handle.
Okay.
Electrifies the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Yeah. I turned it on. Got water. That's how
We
you
can
fill
see.
it. That's how you fill
It was
the
on
tub.
when you came in.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
What do you remember happening after?
You madman.
What?
So you took a bath,
Yeah.
and then what? Did you add anything to the water?
No. I guess I went to sleep.
I'm gonna
Toad
I'm gonna do something really.
Copious amounts of LSD.
Are we about to go full Thariel?
Yeah,
Let's fucking go.
I'm gonna just lick the.
Hey,
the
you gotta.
oil.
I charge money for that sort of thing.
Bottle it, we can sell it.
Damon bathwater.
Yeah, I mean, you get like just the immediate pungent nature of essential oils, and a like almost slimy, crystally nature because of the salt.
I did.
There's blood in that, Jen. I wouldn't recommend
I did
that.
bleed in that.
Well, I wasn't touching. I can see where the blood.
Yeah.
Is the same. I'm gonna
It's just like her other bath.
I'm gonna pull up
Blood.
my sketchbook
Yeah.
and flip to the page that I drew the night before.
Yeah.
Did none of your bathtubs explode?
I
I
turned
didn't
mine
take a
off
bath.
before before I went to sleep.
Wait, you said weird things. Did you see weird things?
A little bit.
Did all of y'all?
Sorry,
I mean, I've been having weird dreams, so.
I mean, I get night terrors every so often. Last night was particularly vivid. I just assumed it was just the stress of being out. What did you see?
Wait, hold on. I'll go over to the mini bar in my room and like look at the bottles. It's like, does there appear to be like any sort of like film or anything on the glass where the liquid was but now isn't because I drank some of it?
No.
And like I'll take the cap off it, smell. Does it smell like it should?
Yeah. Smells like alcohol.
I don't think you should be drinking right now.
Yeah, no, Did we get dosed?
I'm gonna go
I mean,
back
I
to my
didn't.
room.
I didn't get dosed.
Did you drink any whiskey?
You did outside
Not
from
here.
but from the same bottle the Baron was drinking from.
Yeah, same bottle Bear drank from.
I didn't
Anybody
that
see
the
where
Baron?
Baron went last night?
presumably to
Baron.
her private quarters.
Yeah, but didn't anybody see where she went?
You were the one out here.
I was.
Did I
in my
see
room.
where the Baron went last night?
She would have gone up the stairs.
I'm gonna go where I'm gonna retrace the Baron's steps last I saw.
Sure. Yeah, you would walk up the.
And I would announce that I'm gonna go look for the Baron.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a shirt on.
Yeah,
I already
you
got
do
you.
that. I'm gonna go find the Baron.
My shirt.
You go maybe take the
one's
Baron's
silky.
clothes off.
Whoa, hold on. There are shirtless men in here? Good morning, everyone.
Are you also not in pajamas?
No, I did not sleep inside. Why would you sleep?
Why would I sleep?
No, you slept inside the Baron's home and you steal her pajamas?
I wasn't stealing them. I didn't have any pajamas.
What a curious invitee you are
I'm
to
gonna go
some
get
kind
changed.
of
I'm
event.
sick of this.
Wait.
Genevieve's gonna head back to her room and turn the water back on.
Yeah.
And fill her tub.
I would stand immediately and walk across the room and snatch up Dawn by the collar and
Whoa.
just lift him up off the floor.
Excuse me, I do not have a collar. This is a leotard.
It's
By your skin.
So he stays put. You just pull his shirt off.
I just pull his shirt and just lift him like up onto the
I
wall.
am quite short. What do you need?
Damon, what are you doing?
What the fuck did you do?
Do?
Damon.
We didn't
Oui, yes.
we didn't have any like. Why did everybody have weird dreams? You showed up and everybody had fucking weird dreams. What the fuck did you do?
Damon, put him down.
I left. I went back to the hut with Dusk and Pierre. You all stayed here. I have not been in with this building for much longer than you all.
No, that's bullshit. Because I know people can fucking do that shit remotely.
Remotely?
I put a hand on Damon's
What
arm.
did-
Just Damon.
You have night
I'd
terrors
lower
and you blame me?
I'd lower him down. Something ain't fucking right.
The fox was right about the angry mustache.
The fuck is right.
Yes, the fox is right.
You know how hard it is for people to control me psychically. I don't think it was anything he did.
So forgive me, you had collective bad dream?
I don't think we all had the same dream, but I think we all had a bad dream.
Did you have weird dreams?
Me? No. I went back and I relaxed with Pierre. We take time, examine photographs. We collect what we think are interesting interview questions for you all to, when available for your time, to put this quote in the newspaper. No rush, we understand. And then I, sleep. And I have very pleasant dreams.
Jen's in her room climbing into the.
I'm gonna. I want to insight check him.
Sure.
Just for like body language, not like lie detector, but like just body language. Like, did you really like?
Yeah.
What can I pick up from like? If he has like slight bags under his eyes or anything like
Sure.
that. 14.
I'm a 12. Yeah, I mean, I would say that, in regards to Dawn seems pretty lively, energetic.
Yeah.
I don't seem like I was up curiously late. I'm in my same attire as yesterday. Nice, primed and pressed. Again, though, you guys did see me use, like, prestidigitation and all kinds of other things to, like, clean and get stuff set up. So, like, I look pretty prim and proper.
So no weird dreams.
No. Again, Dusk makes hut for us whenever we are out on adventures. We have very secure location for just us. So that is why I do not sleep anywhere else. I know that Dusk is able to make a sanctuary for us. You slept within an unfamiliar location, and that's clearly... You broke the tub! Did you just get into the water? In a tub in an unknown house? I trust the Baron, but...
Yeah.
You are also human.
A variant of one.
Jen, what are you doing?
She's in the tub.
Yeah.
She left the door open, so she's not like secluded in there. But she's going to like let the aroma waft around and just sink down
Wafting,
into it.
Wafting.
Roll a D100 for me.
Did you think to check to see whether or not there is any magic here?
I just always assume there is.
8.
Yeah. You'd sink down into the tub and just inhale. You'd get another whiff of charcoal. Mark II, you went upstairs to look for the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you walk around the hallway, up the single set of stairs that leads to a double door, throw them open, walk out, look down the hallway, and you can see a light down at the end of the hall. Storm down the hall and push past a beaded curtain, and the Baron is sitting behind a desk. She looks up. Good morning, Mark II.
Morning.
Can I help you? Are you all awake?
Yeah, everyone's awake. They're down there. There's been a bit of a kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle?
Yeah, I feel it necessary to alert you to the fact that Andy has stolen your pajamas.
Of all the things!
Oh, that wasn't stealing. That's why there are various sizes. I never know or want to assume whether a guest would like to partake and use or what size they might like.
Oh, great. Well, then in that case, I have good news. Damon made use of your bathtub.
Lovely, as I assumed many of you would. Only Andy and Genevieve cleaned up in the larger chambers.
Yeah, right.
This is wonderful news. It doesn't sound like a kerfuffle. Unless you assumed that Andy was stealing, that would be a kerfuffle.
Well, there was that.
No kerfuffle.
But also, Damon kind of, when I say made use of, I mean shattered entirely your bathtub.
He's pointing the blame at everyone else except him.
Well, I didn't do anything.
You ran through her wall!
And also,
Andy stole your
and
pajamas.
also it was necessary for me to put myself through a door. So there's currently a Mark II shaped hole into Damon's room. That was how we found that he had destroyed your bathtub.
She would just pick up a...
I'm willing to pay for that. The door, that is, not the bathtub. That was all Damon.
She would just pick up a long, slender stick cigarette. Shall we go witness this kerfuffle?
Huh?
Let's go witness this kerfuffle.
Yeah, let's go.
She
Andy, you son of a bitch.
stands and walks poignantly down the hall, back down the stairs. Just kind of eyes the hole in the door.
In the time while that happened,
Yeah.
I would have put you down and flattened out.
You had
your-
already.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, I would have
Yeah.
flattened out your clothing. Sorry.
You did not check for magic.
And I would sit down back in the chair. This is normal to me.
Breaking.
The fact that it happened to everybody. No, not breaking. No. And I would smell, I guess, the Baron's perfume wafting in.
Yeah.
Oh.
She would just peek her head through the hole in the door. Look at the tub. Look back at Mark II. Quite a kerfuffle.
I don't use that word lightly.
I did not think you a man to use the word kerfuffle
At all.
at all. Let alone lightly.
Don't use it lightly, he says, accusing me of stealing pajamas. You fuck. I come out in my regular clothes and seeing the Baron, I am so sorry. I put them back. I did not mean to take them. I was never planning on leaving with them.
The pajamas?
Yes.
They're for guests.
I wasn't
did
sure
you
if I
think
was
there are
considered a
different
guest or not.
sizes?
I thought, everybody said I was stealing. I didn't steal them. I've never stolen anything.
You were all guests. You stole things from Richard. We just had that discussion last night.
It's different.
Is this a pattern for you?
No, I don't think so.
This is
Also, she
single-handedly the
invited
worst
you
thing.
to sleep in her home
Yes.
overnight. That is the definition of a guest.
I feel
did
like I'm
not
being
make-
gaslit. I feel like I'm being
Be
gaslit.
her
I'm being
guest.
gaslit, and I don't like this.
You're being guest-lit.
You're being
I'm being
gaslit.
gaslit.
I just immediately begin dancing around. Be her guest. Be her guest.
Damon,
No, I'm a sucker for you, McGregor. God damn it.
Damon lights a cigarette and it's this is single-handedly the worst thing that's ever happened.
He's singing show tunes.
Yes, I did not wish for you to sleep in your regular clothing. They were filthy.
Everyone had me believing I stole something.
Well, technically you did. You took things that weren't yours, but they were there for you to take. It's like stealing a balloon on Free Balloon Day. Don't be ridiculous.
Chance.
Well, anyway.
I gave them back.
You're welcome to take them.
I won't.
All right.
Now that you're here with everybody, it seems as though everyone here had a pretty rough night.
I had a lovely evening. I don't know what is wrong with these people.
Yeah,
Jen's not in the room.
Yeah.
it'll take me
Damon's
time,
just staring
DJ,
at the
to
floor,
remember
just
your character
smoking.
name. Dawn?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. That should be easy for me to remember from this moment forward.
I should hope so.
It's not like that plays prominently in another campaign or anything.
No, no, no.
You're merely giving him power by saying his name over and over.
Please continue to call me Dawn over and over.
Dawn wasn't here, but
Yes.
everyone that did spend
You
the
did it
night
again. Oh,
Stop it.
does seem to have had a pretty rough night.
Did you partake in the, well, you said Damon did, use in the Tub of Memories?
Nah,
Sorry, fucking
I
what?
sat in the room. Nowhere near a pool of water. You see, I'm not fit for that type of
I'm sorry, the what?
experience.
The Tub of Memories, it's just my name for it. It's a mixture of oils meant to invoke peaceful thoughts when one should go to sleep. Mostly people that find themselves in the lower reaches of my home are those in need of a good night's rest.
I thought it'd be useful for you. Mark II, there was water, by the looks of it, leaking under Damon's door. Perhaps it had an effect on you?
Is there a trail that leads to where Mark II was sitting?
Yeah, so you would have been at the set of couches immediately in the center of the room, but near the wall, proximate. Okay. So yeah, in an enough of a proximity.
Sure. All right, well, that explains me. As you can see, this did not gesture at Damon afford him any rest or...
I apologize. I
No.
suppose I should have given more warning.
I'm sorry. I kind of destroyed your bespoke tub.
Oh, it wasn't mine. It belonged to the former Baron. Quite garish.
It's hand carved, as far as I can tell.
Yes, they came with the house, imported by an artist, Dane Firehand, actually.
Exquisite work.
Indeed.
I would go over and now begin to quite intricately observe the work of the fire hands.
Yeah, it's immaculately crafted. The description that I gave to Chell when looking at the tub is that the stonework is immaculate but looks old. It does not look like it was recently installed. Part of what the Baron has just also stated. There's, where people are hoisting themselves out, there's almost like a slight indent in the rock from just multiple people gripping the same point.
Yeah, like erosion with that.
A little hard to tell because the tub exploded, but the larger piece by where people would be hoisting themselves out and would still be in one piece, and you would
The
see
spout's
that.
also a dragon.
I was going to ask also, how was the water? Is this just traditional plumbing that it would seem like, or did this seem like there was any kind of rust mechanism that produced, or if it was
So there is a drain in the center of the tub where it slopes from both ends down ever so slightly towards
really
the center. There is a dragon faucet standing atop, perched on the edge of this stone. One side of it is completely melted. You can see that same residue in the mouth of the dragon, and on the wall there is a large brass twist handle, which is in the up position from Genevieve putting it back, but there is not water flowing at this moment. You can see that clearly indicates that would be on, and it is not.
Yeah. No rust mechanisms or any kind of curious piping for where the water would be.
Yeah, it looks like regular piping.
Sure.
Down into some sort of recycling system below.
No, I would just go over then to the exquisite dragon and I would just produce my lighter and just, whatever is broken. And I'm going to start harvesting the dragon mantle off of this bespoke tub.
It was on when I got in here.
You said that it's supposed to give you good dreams.
Not necessarily
Help you
good
sleep?
dreams, but it is useful for processing things that might be plaguing your addled mind. Things that have been troubling you, things that, even if you don't realize they're troubling you, things sitting at the darkest recesses of your mind in an effort to bring them to light and go through them. Thanks for the idea.
And you
Oh!
and you thought it was a good idea to make us experience that.
This is how these rooms work. It is not something that I specifically chose for you. It is something that I offer to all guests that come through here.
A little warning next time would have been. Damon starts welling up a little bit.
Yeah. My apologies, Damon. I did not wish to cause any distress, certainly. This is... Many people find it helpful. There are many troubled folks that come through my care, either by fortune or favor. Many folks need to process things.
I'm just kind of shaking, staring at my hand.
Sorry about the tub.
Oh, please. I will get it replaced with something else, as I said. It was here when I arrived. Not something I'm drawn to.
You said that part of this is melted?
Yeah, the wing and arm of this side of the dragon, most proximate to where the tub exploded, is melted.
Yeah, quite curious. This seems almost like you caused some kind of, so unfortunately not satisfying, but explosion.
Yeah.
You mean like fire?
Well, when it comes to melting metal of this caliber, would this be like gold? 'Cause
Yes.
This was described as metallic,
Yeah,
correct?
it's gold. Hence the it's weak.
Sure. Gold words.
Gold birds. Yeah.
It is quite curious, though, for a human person to be able to not only destroy this tub, but also to melt this natural metal, such as this.
I'm gonna like look at my arms of whatever flesh is exposed. Like, do I have any like markings or scar or anything of like I was in the water when that happened?
Yeah. You don't see scars on your hands. You, for a second, as you roll a. Make a perception check for me.
Seven.
Yeah. You don't see any marks.
Yeah.
There's a slight cut from the edge of the tub, but same as the other wounds on you, it's largely healed as a result of being
Yeah.
in the water.
This would also like with Damon's sitting with like just like a shirt on, like it's not buttoned, and the sleeves are kind of like rolled up. This would be a really good opportunity for you guys to see that like Damon has like tattoos, like almost runic kind of tattoos around. Like it's been described before that like I have like the chain across
chain.
his clavicle. The very tips of his fingers on top are tattooed black, but he also has like just some like what would look like stick and poke runic tattoos on his arms. And you would also see like he would have this horrific scar in his like, not where he got shot yesterday, but like we'll say the other side of his chest. He would have a horrifically deep scar on like his abdomen that you would know from when
His kidneys.
Took his liver.
well no from when I got
Yeah.
Taken
fucked
to
up.
that, yeah.
Genevieve, what are you doing in your room?
Genevieve is just like sitting in the water.
Yeah.
She wasn't there for any of this conversation.
You'd hear it because the doors are both open. You explicitly said that your door was open. You would hear them
Oh,
talking.
okay. I didn't know it was that.
Yeah, you're right next
Yep.
door.
She said memories.
It would bubble. Your face is below the water.
So she's now in this. And I'm assuming these are like deep soaking tubs.
Yeah.
So she's almost fully submerged.
Yeah. You'd see out of the corner of your eye, on the surface of the water, little footsteps.
A little horse.
Small footsteps in the bubbles that pop and then a ripple.
Out of the corner.
You turn. Nothing.
If like she would go to grab.
Yeah. Your hand just plunges into the water, sending a ripple across the surface. Nothing there.
She would get out of the tub,
Yeah.
turn the water off, shake herself off, and then
Join.
yeah,
Genevieve would walk in.
she's soggy.
When seeing all of this stuff on this man,
Yeah.
this human man,
Yeah.
as an old Fey, do any of these runic symbols look familiar to Sylvan? Especially for where Dusk and I are from, and these things that are done here.
I think that
there would be a number of things that are clearly tattoos. And those symbols you would not recognize. But there are others that look almost like brands. And those you would recognize as generically Fey, not necessarily from here, but the same stylings of Fey markings that look slightly less like tattoos than the other do, almost branded into the skin. Yeah.
Okay. Genevieve walks out of the room all soaking wet.
Yep.
You two go for a dip in the tub? Even after hearing all of these things?
Well, I'd done that before. It was explained.
And you see friend make explosion in tub and you think I jump in?
Wanted to know what was up with it. I mean, I didn't experience anything nearly as insane as the tub exploding.
This is the way you think. See explosion? Check.
Something was tormenting my friend.
Have you ever heard the phrase trial by fire?
I quite live it. I'll just flick my...
So then you're familiar. Sometimes the best way to learn is to throw yourself in it entirely.
That is quite an escalation. Again, none of you sought to see what magic is here or ask the host of your stay?
I would like to reinforce I did not go to sleep nor take a bath.
This is why the fox says you are the wisest.
I had run off from that one that resulted in me having some experiences.
Ah.
But I did not voluntarily bathe nor sleep, so
We can tell.
I don't need to bathe and I don't need to sleep.
Well,
It's not my fault your skin gets oily. Why don't you keep it on the inside like the rest of us?
half that's true.
You could do with a brisk buffing.
Go buff yourself.
If you are looking actually for buffing services, you provide.
I know.
Peerless fighter.
I know a great paladin.
Buffing.
Yeah,
Buffing specialist.
Do you have my buffing equipment?
Yes, of course. And he unfurls 4 of his hands and produces 2 like
Oscillating.
like
The Sanders?
oscillating, like buffing Sanders with
do not have
with a
equipment?
like crystalline cloth.
You must maintain your equipment and your trail burner. Do you not?
Do you have a
He maintains his equipment at least twice a day.
You are
Usually
not
it's right before bed.
experienced buffers? Would you like Pierre to give you a quick scrub?
And he zhuzh.
He can shush you up. I don't.
Pierre, the buffing hat. Perhaps it would allure.
Of course, and he takes his hat and stretches it out into a shower cap and puts it on his head.
Pierre, he is.
I am less inclined. I don't know what you are preparing to do in which you will need that cap, but I promise you it won't be to me.
All right, it is just so that way I do not get the oils on my luscious hair.
I promise.
Does he have hair?
No.
I am so good. If anything,
When was the last time you were buffed?
I don't think this is the type of thing we should be talking about in polite company.
Bear would not remove the patent patina on you at all. No, just the
Dirt
years
and
of dirt and sand and grime.
Yes, it is clear you have not been buffed in many
Right.
The
months.
stains
Here's-
of human blood.
It's
Here's
clear.
the thing: shiny metal, clean shiny metal in the desert stands out.
You would be the same level of
Reflective.
reflective, yes, just not disgusting.
I
Not a
don't.
filthy piece
But
of
there would
garbage.
be a layer of. It's like a wax to
What's
kind
the-
of dull
How much
shine.
do you want for this?
I don't want anything. This is just a service
No,
Pierre offers.
this is why we keep Pierre.
All right. Well,
to buff our
He
friends.
is
All
also our
right, man.
buffer.
Do what you got. If it is so offensive to you that you're going to call me disgusting, you do
No,
what
no,
you.
no, 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 it's offensive. As I said, the patina pattern is quite beautiful. I assume you do not want to be covered with the blood of many creatures.
Pierre.
That's
Yes.
probably fair. You know what? I am covered in a lot
Yes.
of blood.
Why?
We're
Have at
being
it,
quite
buddy.
thoughtful. in your
Why?
review.
He would gesture at the bloody water on the floor.
Why should Mark II trust that nothing sinister would come from whatever he's about to do to him.
What do you mean? Clean him?
Yes.
In what way can providing a cleaning service to your friend be sinister?
In the same way that going to sleep in a friend's home could cause them to have nightmares so bad that it could make their tub explode. You said it yourself that we should be questioning
Yes.
everything.
That is a fair point.
So Pierre has specific wax. We use this for keeping Trailburner clean.
Yes.
Yes,
use
I
this-
was not going to use the mirth wax, which would make you the spotlight. Pierre purposely ignored that because you request no shine.
Well, I didn't think to ask if the bath that I was taking would cause me to have terrors about things that I wasn't ready to face.
Understood.
So who's to say that whatever Pierre's about to put on Mark II is not going to send him into his own kerfuffle?
Well, it's not like we are using the wax of memories.
I didn't know we were going into a tub of memories prior to
Yes,
this.
I understand. This is why I'm
is
saying
it gonna make me think of turtles?
it might.
Get it, turtle wax.
Can I see this wax?
Fuck you. That was good.
Do you want to see Pierre's wax?
Yes.
Yes, Pierre, provide wax.
Just the regular wax or the shining wax?
The whatever you were going to use.
The
on Mark
regular
II.
wax.
Oh, yes, of course. And he pulls out a tub of, beeswax, hands it over to you. I make this from the bees.
Wring them out.
He would walk into the bathroom.
Squeezed many bees.
You said the tub of memories? He would walk over and just run his finger along the inside of the tub and... There's drift glass in here. And Baron, yes, of course, that is its purpose.
This is why we keep Pierre.
Why I tasted it. Why didn't I taste the drift glass?
You do not have a tongue for it, I suppose.
What?
You would not understand.
Do you know how many years we have been using Pierre?
Pierre, you got quite a history, don't you?
Pierre's a very intelligent man.
Yeah, intelligence ain't got much to do with it, with being able to taste test a drug.
Pierre's used many in his lifetime.
And how old are you?
You never ask.
Can't
never-
ask a
he never
Spider
tell.
his age.
He never tell.
If you must know,
Not up to date with my
130
Spider-Man.
134, the same number of children that I have.
All right.
Now,
He
is
is
that
a-
one
Sounds
a
like he
year?
knows how to love.
50 out all at once.
If you have to ask, I think you
And
already
the hammer.
know. You already know the answer if you have to ask.
Okay.
Is there a shift glass in the tub?
That would explain a lot.
But Pierre not use mirth wax on buffing your friend, and he pulls out another vial of a swirling, almost like when you put the colored sand into the containers, whatever the fuck that's called.
Sand heart.
Sand art, yeah. Very two simple words put together that I can't remember.
The art you make with sand.
Sand art. It looks like that made of a similar waxy material. This is mirth wax. This would cause you to shine, stand out in a crowd, but you say you don't want this, so Pierre no do this. We do want the trail burner to stand out in the photographs, so Pierre use mirth wax. But not for you.
I'm gonna taste
If
the
anything,
beeswax.
I would ask if you could somehow dull me even more, make me even less shiny.
Sand.
I could put 2 layers of beeswax. Pierre has never tried this. You're tasting the beeswax?
Yes, I would like to taste the beeswax.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love this.
No detect magic, no need.
I don't have
Bees.
None of us have to have
Is it a
magic.
horn
I'm not a magic
thing?
user.
Huh?
If you have horns, you have to lick everything?
Listen.
Yeah, you would get a
Yeah,
very
crown.
mild,
Horns are
sweet, floral taste.
Like beeswax?
Like beeswax. I just looked up. What does beeswax taste like?
It actually tastes very good.
Yeah.
See?
Honey and bees.
This is beeswax.
It tastes.
Yes,
It tastes.
this is what we
smells like
say.
honey. Yeah.
We
I'm just gonna walk over to Mark II and just rub what was left on my hand on his forehead.
He is
Well, I
not
guess-
buff yet.
I
Why
guess
would
now you
apply?
have to.
All right. And he walks over and.
And two layers of beeswax.
Yes, of course. And Pierre uses a couple of his other arms and lifts himself onto your back and takes your hat off, throws it up in the air, and then steps back as it lands back on your head. And he crawls around you like a spider, upside down, and buffs the undercarriage.
What is it?
I hate it.
It's the shrimp from
Alright.
Finding Nemo.
He just in one smooth motion undoes your belt as your pants fall to the ground,
decontaminated yet.
and then flips back up.
See, Pierre does not miss a spot. Trust me.
While they're buffing my friend,
Yeah.
We keep
I
him for
would-
work.
I would. Are you still sitting?
Yeah.
I would
Just staring at the floor, smoking a cigarette.
I would just kind of like stand next to him, and I go to put my metal hand onto his shoulder and think twice about it, and put my fleshy human skin, not human, but like skin hand on his skin hand on his shoulder.
You put your hand on my shoulder?
Yeah.
Where are you standing?
Well, like to the side of you.
Bam!
Oh.
And I'm not staring at you. Oh, fuck! The light. No,
Are you gonna punch me?
No, I would actually jump at this. Like when you touch my shoulder,
Yeah.
I would actually like, Jesus, like.
What did you see?
More of the same. More vivid.
Wait
This
until
time.
he gets back because it's relevant for you describing this. I continue to buff the man.
You said your regular hand on him, not the metal one, and you're behind him. Is it on a particular shoulder? That's up to you. 'cause I don't-
she walks up to the side of him and touches this shoulder.
I guess left shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
left shoulder.
And then it's this tattoo goes across clavicle to clavicle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I would also just be, as this is happening, because, like, again, paying attention to Pierre's exquisite buffing.
Buffing.
I would also just like, movement. Seeing this, pay attention to the things that were indicated to me on the body of Damon that are associated collectively with the idea of Fey branding.
Sure, absolutely. We paused for a second because Andy walks up to Damon, puts her regular hand on his shoulder. He jumps, and she says,
Like goes white.
goes white and jumps. And she's like, "What did you see?" And he begins to describe what he saw in his vision.
It was more the same, I guess. Just more vivid this time. It was
Was it the lake?
no. It was the woman. She was not in the lake. She was standing over me. White eyes. Long silver hair, face shrouded. She was reaching out towards me. And she touched my shoulder. And when she did, she began choking. So she grabs her throat. And as she's going through this silent fit, this tendrils of light came out of her mouth. It started on its way towards me. Just as they were about to reach me, they were blocked. The other figure, the helmeted one, slammed his greatsword in between the two of us, and that seemed to block the light. And then, as the light changed, it grew down the sword itself, branching out like vines, almost like roots on a tree. And then, in a flash, I was submerged in this thick, viscous liquid, staring up in that pod again, with the text that I couldn't read, the one that looked like on the battery. And then the text changed, and I could tell that it said Damon. And then a warforged face came out of the fog and looked in on me in the pod with like these violet, purple, red, pulsating eyes. Then it faded back into the darkness, and I started kicking and screaming as hard as I could, but I couldn't move. Everything in me was fighting to get out. But no sound, no bubbles, no movement. But I was fighting.
You're not there anymore.
And then it flashed again. And the helmeted figure put his hand on the woman's shoulder and began to pull her back. And just as they did, I grabbed that sword. And I screamed as hard as I could. And I fought as hard as I could. And then the next thing I know, I felt burning between my fingers. Like a cigarette that had just burned down just enough between my fingers. And then I snapped to and I was in the room, and next thing I know, the tub was exploding and I was flowing out onto the floor. I didn't know what to make of it. It was... I still can't... I still don't know what I've seen. I don't know if these are memories. I don't know if it is an omen, some kind of portent, something trying to talk to me. I don't know what this is.
We don't have to solve it right this moment. We'll figure it out. For what it's worth, though, it sounds like the water we were soaking in does bring back memories. So maybe this is part of the answers as to who you are, what happened.
I didn't ask for any of this, though.
None of us did. Trust me, the stuff I saw wasn't super pleasant either, but all we can do is move forward. No sense in dwelling on the past. We can learn
Is
from
it
it.
the past?
I think it might be.
Andy, I don't fucking know.
I don't know if any of us do. But the best thing we can do is try and move forward from it. Try and figure out what it means, but not right this moment, Damon. You are rightfully upset. We're still trying to piece the pieces together. Just take it a moment at a time. You're okay physically, it looks like. I'm glad you're not hurt.
It's fucking bathwater.
Yeah, I wish I would have known too. Wouldn't have...
No, it heals. That's what all the blood is. I was pacing so much last night. My feet were raw. And in a way, it almost feels like I'd have something to show for it if I woke up the next morning and my feet were still bloody raw. But they just kept healing. It's some sick cosmic joke.
Do I still have the gold band around my wrist from the marking, or was that taken with it?
That it would have essentially split right at that point. I would say that the connection point where your hand connects to you, there is the half of that ring. Yes.
Yeah. I get it. Sometimes scars tell the story of what we went through. And sometimes not having the scar can do more damage than actually healing from it. In my dream, I had to relive getting my hand taken. I haven't thought about that day since they took it. Having to go face to face with the leader, and they all just sat around and watched. Nobody stopped, nobody said anything. They all just watched. I get it. I don't know why my mind insisted on me seeing that again. I was not ready to see it, but it's been shown. And all we can do at this point is move forward from it.
I guess so. Andy, I'm coming apart.
We'll find answers. We will find answers.
Fucking hope so. I don't know how much longer I got if this is what's going to happen.
You said there was somebody with a great sword.
Yeah, the helmeted one.
What did it look like, the sword? Do you remember?
Basic dark fantasy greatsword.
I would say that to you, this would look like as if the blade itself, separate from the hilt, which was almost coiled cabling wrapped around instead of leather.
I like that, yeah.
The blade itself looks not like a sword blade, but like if it was made from a similar panel, not in the exact visual, but like the panel of a ship, like the one outside of the market in Beacon's End.
Riveted, welded, hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would describe that to you.
I grab my notebook, and I'm not an artist,
Yeah.
but try and sketch what the leader of our group's like sacrificial, or not sacrificial, but like
Yeah.
ceremonial blade
Yeah.
look like, and hold it up.
She would sketch for you a sword that looks like the blade of it was manufactured from something that had crashed down, a panel of a ship that had exploded during RUSTFall. The curvature of the blade fractured and frayed on the edges as rust had eaten away on the panel from sitting out in the sand. The color of the panel and the rivets, despite not being the same shape, looks very similar to that sword.
Same make.
Yeah,
Not necessarily the same sword, but same make.
same make.
Not the same model.
And we will end on that visual.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Thank you all very much for watching this evening. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Fey Frontier RUSTFall.
I know I did.
I know I did as well. I'm glad everybody
Did
had a
I?
good time.
Did I?
Next week we will be live for a one-shot of some sort, and then we'll be off for 2 weeks and back on June 1st for either another episode of the Fey Frontier RUSTFall or a one-shot, depending on work schedules.
that's
and things.
6-1.
We will see 6-1 exactly, but we will be live next week, so make your way back. Glenn's going to DM something, which is super cool.
Good luck.
So that'll be super fun.
Jesus Christ.
If you're new here, make sure you follow so you can find your way back, because the sands of time simply do not flow like that.
They do not know.
You can check out our website, NotGreatRPG.com, for
Don?
links to our
I disagree.
that they do flow like that.
I think they do.
Maybe
flow
they do.
like this.
Check out our website, NotGreatRPG.com, for links to our podcast, YouTube channel, text recaps of our episodes, and everything else you could possibly want to find.
The sands are getting it.
The sands are getting They're fucking
Look
getting
it up,
it.
Sans.
The sands be throwing their feet up on the wall.
They be
shaking
throwing
that thing.
back. Making these sands out here.
Ooh.
Making the desert.
JG Evans, thank you for the applause. That's very good. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and as always, be safe out there on the frontier.
Well, pew pew pew.
Ow. Call JG.
That was great.